So thanks for having me on today. So I'm talking from Goals Development Education Programme. So if we go on to our first slide there, Elaine, just to give a little bit of background. So as a humanitarian response agency, GO witnesses on a daily basis the local effects of the interdependence of systems. So climate change, COVID-19 and economic inequalities are just some examples. So for us, it's really important to invest in global citizenship and continue to adapt and raise awareness around the interconnectivity of the world. And this is also to help Go achieve its mission, which is a world without poverty. So we just take a look then how we've adapted things over the last couple of months. So usually we're in primary schools delivering workshops all around the country. However, when the announcement came in that the schools were closing, I think everyone was able to feel the empathy and the solidarity that we are seeing and witnessing in society. However, we really couldn't avoid the anxiety and also the uncertainty that this also left for children, families, and teachers, educators, not knowing when they could return to the classroom. So we felt compelled to do something positive, so something with a positive spin that would encourage children to think about things that they can do while also looking at global issues. So we quickly adapted our programme from delivering workshops in classrooms to running an 8-week online programme. So this is called Global Sparks, and the idea of this programme was to engage primary school students and their families with global citizenship learning outside of the classroom. So this ran from April till June. So the programme itself really built on children's current experience of solidarity and empathy, and introducing them then to global justice issues. So the messaging of we're in this together and the solidarity that we saw for frontline workers, for example, all of that was incorporated into our activities. So each week, the activity was introduced by a different civil society organisation or a social enterprise. And we also had some ambassadors from Ireland and abroad too, to help introduce children to the activity for that week that was relevant to their organisation or relevant to them. So an issue that was relevant to them, and highlighting the global goal then that this correlated with, and the activity piece then for kids was positive action that they could take within their community. Or sometimes to just simply have fun. Some of the activities were just had that element to them. So we use the global goals as a positive plan to tackle global challenges. So I mean, it goes without saying, as was highlighted earlier, the achievement of the UN global goals is often bleak, and the reality of many current issues can be very overwhelming and discouraging for children. So we really felt like Global Sparks was a way of empowering children to feel that, I suppose, a better world is possible and achievable. So we also did this by linking this to our programme countries and also with local partners here on the ground to really hone in on the relevance of the universality of these global issues, both on a local and global level, and using the global goals then also to really reference that. We also then, for 3 weeks of the programme, we aligned with Irish Aid's at-home learning programme to make sure that the messaging for certain SDGs around those weeks was really maximised, to also increase engagement for those weeks of the issues being explored. So then if we go on to the outcomes and learnings, so solidarity was kind of the main outcome that we got of this. I mean, that was expressed in the level of interest and openness from partner organisations to get involved. We also found that having having easy and fun activities that kids could engage with was really, really key. So something that parents and teachers could essentially show the kids. Everything was done mostly in the format of audiovisual short clips that were put up on social media. So parents and teachers could essentially give the activity to the kids, and they could go away and do it without needing too many materials, or sometimes no materials at all. So it was really trying to get in on their imagination, and we found that was a really effective way. We also found that COVID-19 really helped us communicate the interconnectivity of the planet. So we found colleagues and families who are in programme countries were also keen to get involved, and also speakers from the Global South. This really helped us get across the interconnectivity and the shared experience of the pandemic, which helped us start off Global Sparks. Other learnings was that this target group is really difficult to engage with online. So, we were dependent on developing materials that were appealing to parents, which on the plus side, it was an awareness raising opportunity for families, but it was difficult to reach the kids directly. And then as Donna mentioned this morning in her showcase, teachers did have a lot of choice between the different resources and activities. So I think coordination in this in a sudden crisis like this is something for the sector to really reflect and draw on in the future should we be faced with something like this again. And now looking forward, so I suppose the current program that we have for like takes into account the COVID restrictions for the next couple of months. So we've taken on board loads of learnings from Global Sparks, and there's a lot to digest. So once we came towards the end of the program, we came to the realization that we wouldn't be going into classrooms in September. And, you know, when we asked teachers, how can we support you, or what's useful for you, the answer was sometimes the teachers feel they're not comfortable either doing development education in class. They would have always relied on an external facilitator. So that kind of, I suppose, helped us shape the program that we're running out now, which is a really user-friendly resource called Changemakers. So it's in the form of PowerPoint presentation, so it allows for blended learning should teachers need to do this on a screen. Also, all of the activities incorporate our key stamp of drama. However, it's also taken a lot of thought to make these also applicable and appropriate for the current situation. So, you know, they can be done if social distancing needs to be taken into account. So the idea of having these online and ready for teachers to use with lots of audio-visual supports has been really well received so far. We've had a number of people already sign up to the program, and we're feeling very positive about this. Also, really honing in on the idea of support. That was another thing that really came from our learnings. I mean, teacher advisory groups have always been important, but it's something that now we're really focusing on, and we're currently developing that. Also, in terms of using the resource, so as I said, a lot of teachers may not feel comfortable covering these issues, so we're offering support webinars for any teachers who are interested in our program, and to not only teach them, you know, show them how to use the resource, but also to introduce them to development education, so to get them to engage critically as well with these issues. And then thirdly, I have there as well, preparing for the unknown. So I suppose making sure that our activities are all you know, we still want to be able to use our creativity, but ensure that they're applicable to the current situation, and again have that positive discourse through our work too. So that's it from me. Thank you very much, Elaine.